G'day there, guys. Resisting the urge to make really offensive jokes in these starting introductions because I don't want to get demonetized here. It's your main man, Markee, and welcome back to another episode of r/AmiTheA hole. Now, if you love today's content, I want you to sit back, relax, chuck a prawn on the barbie, and get ready for some good stories. Thank you. Posted by user InspectionLumerous81. Titled, Am I the a-hole for telling my teenage daughter to stay with her aunt because my older daughter didn't want her in the house? My wife and I have two daughters, Laura 20 and Lily 15. Laura's studying away but came home for the weekend. Lily has just had her first boyfriend breakup and it's hit her hard. She's been crying in her room the past few days. Unfortunately, Laura has a bit of a wind-up personality and was tormenting her little sister about the breakup, which only upset Lily more. She was saying things like if the boyfriend left her for a prettier girl, and saying she didn't blame him, etc. Horrible things. We did tell Laura repeatedly to cut it out, but she didn't listen, to the point that Lily went to bed in tears. Laura has eye problems, and she has been very visually impaired since she was a baby. Her current glasses prescription is -28 and she can't wear contacts. We woke up this morning to screaming from Laura's room. Laura had woken up and put her glasses on, but the lenses had popped out. Lily admitted to doing it, and she threw the lenses out the window. We did try to search for them outside, but they couldn't be found. Laura was crying her eyes out and couldn't see anything at all. She does have a spare pair of glasses, but as she only came for a couple of days, she didn't bring them with her. To be fair, Lily regretted what she did as soon as she saw how upset Laura was, but Laura didn't want Lily near her and begged us to keep her away. My wife's sister lives nearby, and I asked Lily to go and spend the day there because Laura was blinded and looking after her had to be our main concern. I then got a call from my sister-in-law saying, "How dare you throw her out for that spoiled bully?" It's not about spoiling anyone. Laura was blinded and terrified and was too scared to be in the same house as Lily. It was right to ask her to leave until we could get Laura back to her place where her spare glasses were. I do get that it was harsh to just tell Lily to leave, but what else could we have done when our other child was unable to see and crying in fear? How do you side with the legitimate bully here when they were the ones starting the drama? I guess you're the parents here and have a better understanding of your own children, but as an outsider, it's hard to see why the blame falls on the younger one and they're forced to leave the house. For all intents and purposes, Laura's words cut deeper than Lily's damaging of Laura's property, but glasses can be replaced. Insecurities can't just be fixed after taking a beating like that. You suck for pandering to Laura after what she said and did, instead of punishing both equally and resolving the situation as a normal civilized family. So yeah, nice playing favorites. You're the a-hole. Now in the comments, Lynn Hell says, "You're the a-hole. The oldest was, in your own words, tormenting her little sister. You should have made her leave. I can't blame the youngest for wanting revenge, to be honest. Your oldest sounds horrible." Yeah, she's an adult. She had no business being there if she's going to torment a child. I missed this part at first. 20 years old? That's not a wind-up personality, that's an asshole. Like her dad. You're the a-hole. Yup. And what the hell is a wind-up personality? That just sounds like a euphemism for unstable bully. Emotional abuser, and golden child. Lily is probably better off with her aunt. You're the a-hole. What the hell? You're the a-hole for letting a 20-year-old bully a child like this. And he's also the a-hole for throwing out his minor child, which I'm pretty sure is illegal. Edit add, my mistake. He only threw her out for the day, but he's still an a-hole though. Laura may manipulate him into keeping her there until she leaves at the same time, but for now he hasn't. My mistake. Also, the fact that they only cared that Laura was crying and gave no Fs about Lily going to bed sobbing. And Lily kept to herself for most of this. She was crying in her room. Even if Laura hated her, she could have just ignored her. She saw that she was hurt and wanted to hurt her more. They could have been the cool big sister who watched movies with her and got her ice cream. I can't imagine acting this way. One of my friends in middle school had a sister who was like 17-ish, and they fought like cats and dogs. It even got physical a few times. But when my friend got her heart broken by the first boy she really cared about, her sister walked into her room and said, "Get up. We're doing a movie marathon and I'm ordering pizza." She got her all of her favorite snacks and candy, rented a bunch of movies she loved from Blockbuster, it was a while ago lol, and stayed with her all night. It was such a beautiful moment. That is how a sister should act. And you're the a-hole. So it's okay to let Lily suffer, but it's not okay when Lily reaches her breaking point after you doing nothing to discipline Laura. I know, yes, what Lily did was wrong, but it's on you for not setting boundaries. Sister-in-law saying, "How dare you throw her out for that spoiled bully." This comment also makes me think that maybe this wasn't an isolated event, but the older sister has been tormenting the younger one for years, and the parents did nothing. What Lily did was a touch extreme, but probably driven to it by years of emotional and mental abuse from a bully sister and enabling parents. Hopefully this will wake up the parents to realizing where they have failed the younger sister. Well, he says Laura had a wind-up personality, which I'm guessing is code for has always been a bully, and the fact that he calls it her personality implies she is frequently like this. You're the a-hole, Laura is a huge effing a-hole, and you and your wife need parenting classes. Posted by user, deleted account. Titled, "Am I the a-hole for demanding my mum apologize after she blew up at my girlfriend who she thought was being racist?" So I'm black and my girlfriend is Filipino. My parents aren't the biggest fans just because we come from different socioeconomic backgrounds, and they don't think I should be with a rich girl. My parents came over for dinner last night and my girlfriend was going to cook. Neither of us cook much, and we eat way too much takeout, so she decided to make fried chicken because it's something that she made with her mum growing up. Her mum came here from the Philippines, and I guess it's pretty popular over there. When my mum saw the fried chicken, she thought that my girlfriend was either making fun of her or just going off a racial stereotype. She immediately started cussing at her and demanding an apology. I explained to my mum that fried chicken is popular in the Philippines, and I googled it to show her that there are a lot of Filipino recipes. She calmed down, but did not apologize. I asked if she was going to apologize, and she said it was just a misunderstanding. I said she should still apologize, and she got offended. I asked her to leave. I'm not talking to her until she apologizes, but I don't know if that is too harsh. OP has offered the following explanation for why they think they might be the a-hole. It's obviously a sensitive subject, and I get where she's coming from, especially at her age when she grew up in a less progressive time than I did. She's my mum, and I love her, so I don't know what I'll do if she never apologizes, and I'm worried that I was too harsh. Your mum sucks for jumping straight to conclusions that the girlfriend was being racist, and that you would enable her to be racist toward her without discussing something like this beforehand. The fact that she refused to apologize after you cleared up the situation and showed her it was just a misunderstanding just adds to the fact that she's an a-hole here. It's okay to make mistakes and get upset. It happens to us sometimes. It's not okay to hold that resentment and not apologize when things are cleared up. You win nothing by refusing to apologize in this situation, besides get kicked out, which she did. You have nothing to feel bad for here, OP. Your mother is the one with the problem for you dating someone who she isn't a fan of on the grounds of socioeconomic differences, and for making a huge fuss out of something as small as this dinner. You were morally in the clear for this one, in my opinion, so I'm going with not the a-hole. Now in the comments, Throwaway96 says, "Not the a-hole. Your mother is a hypocrite for being racist towards a woman because she thought she was racist. Instead of getting to know the woman that her son is going to be spending time with, she decides to judge her using socioeconomic status and race as a reason to hate her." Edit to add because some people don't understand the racist part. By making the assumption that girlfriend made fried chicken because the mum is black, the mum is viewing this as girlfriend making a racist stereotype towards black people. Last time I checked, everyone enjoys a good Popeyes or Jollibee chicken. Piggybacking your comment, because I've noticed this at an increasing rate. People will claim something is racist or cultural appropriation while knowing nothing about the culture of the people they're attacking and accusing. I've seen people claim cultural ownership of a thing that's universally human over and over again. This is especially common with American people of any color. Hell, the other day I saw a lady claim that quilts originated with African American slaves because they were forced to make quilts in the old days, when in reality, there were very old quilts found all over the world, from Japan to Sweden and the Andes. Each area had their own quilting style and custom. Quilts are not uniquely American, although the US has quite a very rich quilt culture, which is a great thing. If we're going to claim that people show our culture respect and knowledge, that request needs to be reciprocated. Americans forgetting their country, and therefore culture, is ridiculously young compared to a lot of the rest of the world? I'm shocked. What's the saying? Something like, Americans think 100 years is a long time, Europeans think 100 miles is a long distance. Way too many Americans forget about how young the non-indigenous cultures here are. So I moved to Italy. My house is 108 years old. I tried to figure out why there's so many churches in my area, and found out one family refused to sit with another family, so they built their own church just so they didn't have to spend mass with them. Now that's history. Mad Voice says, not the a-hole. There are many cultures that like to fry chicken. Your mother is the one with the issue here. Exactly. My family is very white, and my grandma used to always fry chicken in the summer. It was the best chicken ever. Rip, Granny. OP, I love how you defended your girlfriend. Way to go. Don't let it go yet, in any case. The lesson she is learning now about being polite to your girlfriend is invaluable. And not the a-hole. Even a misunderstanding is deserving of an apology. However, the way it's written, it seems as though it goes beyond a simple misunderstanding and delves into the territory of assumption, the way your mum decided to go off after simply seeing what was for dinner. In that case, it's fair to ask for an apology too. Even a misunderstanding is deserving of an apology. That's what I teach my kindergarten kids. I agree. An apology here would mean 1. Acknowledging that she was a bit racist and feels bad about it. 2. Also acknowledging that the way she reacted to such an insult was uncalled for and also feels bad about that. And 3. In the future, won't handle a situation so poorly again, but will communicate in a more healthy manner to resolve such issues and won't be racist towards her. Posted by user SadFly729. Titled, Am I the a-hole for telling my ex he was very inconsiderate of our daughters when he found out the gender of his new child with his wife? So my ex and I separated about 4 years ago now. We have a 7-year-old and a 5-year-old girls. He has a son from a previous marriage that he has full custody of. He is 10. He's been remarried for 3 years now. I recently got married and welcomed a son last year. Well, I dropped the girls off to their dad for a gender reveal party. Ex and his wife are expecting. Well, I was watching the live video on Facebook and it was a boy. He said, "Thank God, thank God." Then he said, "I didn't want any more girls. I would have shot myself." My girls were standing there, and they looked at the camera, and I could see it in their eyes that his words had hurt them. I went to pick my girls up, and I told him that he should watch his words around the girls, because when he said that, it really hurt their feelings. He told me it was none of my business, and I was trying to ruin his happiness, to which I responded that I was not trying to do that, but protect our daughters for never feeling adequate when it comes to their brothers, and he was showing blatant favoritism. He got mad and spewed some nasty names at me. I took the girls home, and they told me that their daddy only loves boys and he doesn't like girls. I calmed them down. Am I the a-hole for bringing it up to him on their special day? No, that's truly disgusting behavior by someone that claims to be a father to these children. This was definitely not the time or place for edgy humor, because you're literally streaming this to a live audience on Facebook. You're more than welcome to think these societally inappropriate thoughts all you want, but as soon as those thoughts become actions and words, you become an asshole. The father's words have weight, and although those girls may grow up not remembering the exact words he uttered, the weight of those words and the feelings they give those girls will last a long, long time. All it takes is one slip-up to cause lifelong insecurity in kids. They're more vulnerable than adults like him like to think. That's not something he can just apologize for and really move forward from. That was malicious and honestly so damaging to those girls. Taking the girls away from that gender reveal party and telling your ex that he was inconsiderate was the best you could do in this situation, OP. It's up to him to step up and fix the damage he's caused as a result there. But my judgment is not the a-hole, OP. I don't think you were out of line for mentioning this at all. Now in the comments, Radley Nope says, not the a-hole. I'd be tempted to isolate a clip of his "oh thank God, I would shoot myself if I was a girl" and send it to him. He sounds gross. I mean, definitely keep a recording of it for future custody disputes. My God. If this happened, he's a total a-hole, not the a-hole. And OP replies, it is true. When I was pregnant with the girls, he was mad. He didn't smile or anything when he found out. He barely has anything to do with them. You should look into full custody. He's not going to prioritize his daughters in any capacity because he has his precious sons. He's acting so childish just because of the reproductive organs, like, dude, love your kiddos, even if they have a vagina or a dick. That's not going to be their whole personality, unlike himself. OP, I think you should ruin his happiness some more. Text him and let him know what the girls said. I know you're excited to have another son, but the girls said that you only love boys and don't like girls. Please remember to watch what you say around the girls and maybe take the time during their next visit to remind them how important they are to you and how much you love them. I think that will really help with their fears. Don't be accusing or hurtful, just keep it polite. And if he goes off on you in any way, screenshot it and keep it for your records, along with the video, if you decide to get full custody or limit visits. Also, if the girls have a good relationship with your husband, their stepfather, maybe ask him to spend some time with them, letting them know how important they are and how loved they are. With you having a son and their father having a son, if they don't have a strong male role model, they may begin to believe that boys are more important than girls, even if you work hard to let them know their importance. Not the a-hole. You are protecting your daughters. Words slip. I completely understand, and he may not have realized it, but the moment he realized or was told by you, he should have immediately gone to his daughters and reminded them how glad he was to be their father, and he loves them and wouldn't trade them for anyone. He was the a-hole. Why the hell did you have a second child with this sexist idiot? He was a great dad to his son, then we had our first daughter, and he was okay, and still a pretty good dad. He paid more attention to his son, but it was blatant favoritism. After we found out our second daughter was a girl, is when everything got very worse. He went as far as to say our second wasn't his child, and only wanted visitation of our oldest daughter. The court gave him a DNA and granted him visitation of both. And not the a-hole. That's so sad for the girls. Reading your other comments, he will 100% favor the boys over them. Get them into therapy, or see if you can adjust the custody agreement, if he actually does end up treating them differently, because that's going to cause some serious issues within them. Posted by user Throwaway AmiTheA 5610, titled, Am I the a-hole for getting my daughter a better laptop than my son? So my son and daughter are both 17. I got both of them great laptops 4 years ago that should have lasted until now. My son broke his just a year after they were bought. I would have made him get one of the lower quality laptops that their school issues, but my mum got him a new one. He broke that one too in just 2 years. After that, I made him get one from his school. A few days ago, that one broke. I paid the school for it and decided to get him a used laptop that will be enough for school but not too expensive. My daughter's has worked fine until now. Last week, my 7-year-old spilled water on it and it doesn't work anymore. I'm getting her a pretty expensive new laptop because she hasn't broken any electronics before and it wasn't her fault. My son saw that she's getting a better laptop than him and he said that I'm being unfair. I told him that he's destroyed 3 laptops in 4 years and money doesn't grow on trees. He said that I'm picking favorites and I love her more than him. I said that he can get a better one with his own money when he starts working. Am I the a-hole? OP has offered the following explanation for why they think they might be the a-hole. I might be the a-hole because I'm making my son think I love his sister more than him. I'm being a little unfair to him. I don't know if he's genuinely of the belief that you're playing favorites in this situation, because to me, it sounds like he's emotionally manipulating you to buy him another laptop, as some kids of his age are known to do. Obviously not all of them, but for sure some. You're right in that he should go buy his own one with his own money when he gets a job. 3 laptops in 4 years is one too many in my opinion. He screwed up, now he pays the price for being sloppy and uncaring. It's hard to stick to your guns and remain logical and grounded when your emotions are being tugged at by your own kids, I imagine. One tells you one thing and another thing, and with conflict like that being caused, I'm sure decision-making becomes a little intense, and you don't know whether you're the crazy one or not. But from an outsider's perspective, I'm here to say that I believe you, OP, are not the a-hole. Now in the comments, GingerBrit93 says, "Not the a-hole. Although your son is finding it harsh on him, you're teaching him actions have consequences, and in this case, the consequence is he doesn't get new and expensive stuff like his sister, who does take care of her things. Maybe if it's such an issue, you can broker a deal with him. For example, if you keep the laptop in good condition for X amount of time, he'll get a new one." If he was still a young kid, sure, but he's 17. He'll be responsible for buying his own computers soon enough. If you don't break yours for X amount of time, then I will match your financial contribution and you can pick out a new one with that money. Could work well for a 17-year-old. Still teaches fiscal responsibility in addition to ensuring he's treating it better. He'll learn to treat them better when he's paying the replacement costs himself. Right now, OP needs to keep him supplied with basic equipment for his compulsory education, but that phase is quickly coming to an end. I think most people stop supporting their kids when they feel it's right, not when the government says you're not legally obliged to anymore. Well, people who are not the a-hole anyway. Edit for judgment, not the a-hole. Your son has proven himself to be reckless with expensive technology. Seriously, how do you even drop a laptop down the toilet? Info. How did each of the laptops break? The first one he dropped in the toilet, the second one he stacked it on top of some stuff, but the structure wasn't stable and it fell down when he left it unattended. The third one he put in his backpack and then forgot about it and threw the backpack on the floor. Oh wow. So not only was he not responsible with his laptops, but he actually handled them recklessly, and he actually had the nerve to tell you that you're being unfair. What the hell? Your son is purposely destroying the laptops. I wouldn't go that far. He's being reckless, yeah, and it causes his laptops to break with frequency, but he's not destroying them on purpose. Why would he do that? No, this legit sounds like he is. Too many weird occurrences. Dropping it in the toilet? Throwing his backpack with enough force to break a laptop? That seems like exactly how 17-year-old me would handle a laptop. I have to ask, how the hell did you drop a laptop in a toilet? The other one's okay, it happens. Need to be more careful, but a toilet? Also, not the a-hole. At first I was like, wait, but seeing how stupid he's been with that many laptops, yeah, nah. It's not favoritism. Hers was a purely accidental breakdown after that many years. Probably would have lasted even longer if not for that. Also, you're right. If he wants an expensive laptop, he can earn that money through side jobs or extra chores or crap. And OP replies, I think I know what he was doing in the bathroom with a laptop. Alright guys, I think that's where I'm going to end today's video. If you need a good laugh, please do check out my second channel, Markee 2, links down in the description below, or it's going to appear somewhere on the screen here at the end, little bubble with my face on it. As always, a big shout out to my Patreon and channel members. Your faces are surrounding me right now, and I love to have you guys with me, and down in the comment sections of each and every video, and just knowing that you're always there to support me. It's a humbling and lovely feeling. And rest assured, I do see you, and I do notice your support, and I thank you every day for being here and helping me along this journey. Not much else to say besides that, guys. Thank you for sticking around to the end of the video. I do hope that you have a good day, night, sleep, whatever you're up to. I will see you in the next video, and thank you again. Bye.